Live in Western Illinois and have an interest in nature, a program is returning that could pique your interest. After a 7-year hiatus, the University of Illinois Extension is bringing back the Western Illinois Master Naturalist Training. The 40-hour program includes classroom sessions, self-study sessions, and several trips to regional nature preserves. Extension officials say this program can be a big boost for teachers.
Class times are after hours or on weekends, so teachers can take this opportunity to enhance their learning, learn a little bit more in depth about Illinois natural ecosystems and plant and animal communities, and they can bring that back into the classroom.
And teachers can earn 40 hours of professional development through the program. The fee to attend is $125. You can find application information at WGEM.com.